How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? Charles Boyd right here alongside Quinn Lowe. Big Game Christian Sports Network. A man right here for Sports Q&A right here. As you can see in the background, see the court. You know where we at. That means we're at the American Airlines Center right here in Dallas, Texas. We are here to check out the Dallas Mavericks taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Now, Minnesota Timberwolves kind of underachieving team, or maybe on there right where you think they're supposed to be?
I think they're right where they're supposed to be. They still have some talent, but they still have a long way to go. They still don't have that veteran leadership that you expect. The KG is still there, Rubio is still there, but they're still trying to figure out what they're going to do with some of these young pieces. Are they ready to take that next step? But they're still a dangerous team, so you have to come every night when you play Minnesota.
Yeah, they're very tough. I think Carl Anthony Towns is playing at a very high level. I think he's playing really good right now. Andrew Wiggins even. But both of those out there just really young, as you mentioned. I think that's the only reason why they haven't been able to, I guess, find their stride. You give them some time. I think if they can keep that nucleus together with Rubio as well, I think they'll find a way to get better as time progresses. But let's talk about this more NBA action is going on. We had opportunity to look at the Oklahoma City Thunder take on the Golden State Warriors. Man, how impressed are you with Steph Curry?
First of all, you have to talk about Golden State. They are never out of a game. Throughout the whole first half, you're wondering, okay, maybe this is the game that they trip up, Oklahoma City gets them, but slowly but surely, Steph started chipping away, Golden State started chipping away, and within 2 minutes left in the game, they were in a great position, and Steph did what he normally does. But I told people on Facebook, the most important part of that game yesterday was Andre Iguodala hit 2 free throws. This guy is a 62% free throw shooter, so that was a great thing in itself. And then also when you look at the stat line, one of the best players had 2 points. Draymond Green had 2 points on 0-8 shooting, but he had 14 rebounds, 14 assists. Talk about helping the team when you're not scoring. Not too many teams can do that. In addition to the quiet 32 points from Klay Thompson, Curry is Curry. It's scary that he made that shot, but at this point in his career, and it's definitely in the season, when he takes shots like that, we expect him to go in.
Let's just have fun with this for a little bit, man. We talked about Steph Curry. Your opinion, I need your analysis. How did you slow him down? I'm not going to say stop because you can't stop him, but how did you slow this guy down?
Once he gives up the ball, you have to deny. You have to be up in his chest like that's your girlfriend. I mean, that's the only way that you can keep him from shooting. And even then, he has the position. And he has that shot, that quick enough shot to get it off over just about anyone. So if anything, you may have to go to the small route. Put someone that's 4 or 5 inches taller than him and make him shoot over that limit. I mean, Cleveland did it somewhat last year in the finals, but they did not do it enough. Hopefully some teams, I'm surprised KD, I think that's why Oklahoma City had the success they did up until a point. But once KD fouled out, everything fell apart. So if you put a guy like a Kawhi Leonard that's 6'7", 6'8", that has that extra limb, that may be the thing. But then you run the risk of Thompson getting off, Draymond getting off, some of these other guys getting off, because now you're taking one of your best defenders off someone else. So it's a tough thing to do. You just have to stay close to him and hope he has an off night.
Season's winding down right here. We're headed into March, and in March, we know that basketball becomes ever more so competitive, not only on the NBA, but on the college rankings too as well. But I got to get into some more news real quick. Mark Cuban making headlines once again. He's out here talking about having the three-point line pushed back. Do you think how much of this inspired by Steph Curry?
This is frustration from an owner, because if this was Steph Curry on the Dallas Mavericks, he would not be talking about this. This is a guy that he realizes is going to be a detriment, is going to be an irritant to his team winning the championship for the next 4 or 5 years and beyond. So he's trying to find anything to deter. And with Curry, especially if he got back half one time, he's still going to score. He's still going to create. He's going to become that player that can hit that, and nobody else does. And the rest of the league is going to suffer because only a handful of guys are going to hit it constantly, which is going to deter scoring. So it's just a matter of quit being bitter, Mark Cuban. Just let it happen and be, and just like Curry cooked.
I didn't say that. Quinn Lowe said it. I don't want to get Mark. Hey, I think you. Well, okay, you are a little bitter, but anyway. But Hey, we're right here. We're at the American Airlines Center. They're getting to see the players coming in right now, getting ready to warm up as the Minnesota Timberwolves take on the Dallas Mavericks. Now, this team is going to be very similar to the Denver Nuggets team that the Mavericks played a couple nights ago, and the Mavericks came back from a 26-point deficit to get a win. Now, hopefully the Mavericks learn from that situation, and they're not going to have to worry about coming back from deficit and coming out and jumping on this young, feisty team. So, my prediction, I think the Mavericks get a win today, and they'll win impressively on the night.
I think the fact that Minnesota's coming off the second end of a back-to-back kind of messes with their legs. Their jump shots may not be falling like you expected. And I think the acquisition that we didn't talk about, David Lee, another good game against Denver, double-double, 14 points, 14 rebounds. They paid dividends in this situation. Dallas is going to find a way to get another victory over a team that they should beat. We need them to beat teams that they're not expected to beat. So this is maybe the next game, but we definitely have to have them win tonight.
Keep it right here, folks. We will bring you the latest action. We'll get the after the game action, rather, when this game ends and tell you what the results were. But I'm Charles Boyd, BGC Sports. I'm
Win Low Sports Q&A.
Keep tuning in to it. We'll be back.
How many light years has he jumped since minutes restrictions of -30 in Houston and all that stuff?
It was going to take time. I've been talking about this all along, and he's come a long way. And I don't think we're completely out of the woods yet, but you know what? He's right there. He's right there. And now it comes down to the ability to sustain. We have some spacing between games here right now, which is very helpful for him, and some of our other veterans. And so we got to take advantage of it.
How important is the 17 minutes for Dirk, especially after 40 or some big number last game?
Yeah, it's really key. And when you play 10 overtime games, a guy that should be averaging 29 minutes is now averaging 31. Which is, it makes a difference. And so, not like tonight when we can get him down in the below 20, it's like I said, it's a mental break as well as a physical break.
Zaza didn't have a huge stat night, but I thought especially early it was very impactful. Coming off of sitting the other night, what is his professionalism and kind of his mentality leading this team?
Well, the other night was an odd game on a lot of levels. Denver, clearly had the plan of playing smaller. When you get behind, one of the moves you can make is to go small. So, he got. He was one of the guys who was an odd man out in that particular game, but he's a guy that's been so important to us from the beginning of the year, all the way to where we are now. I mean, we need this guy, and in the coming games, with Vucevic, Cousins, Jordan coming in here, he's a very important part of our total operation, and so I think you said it accurately. Didn't have big stats, but had very big impact. Put his body on Towns, rebounded the ball well, spaced the floor beautifully, and then he's got a big plus number, which is a big deal tonight.
Wesley's coming up on 1 year removed from his injury. This recent stretch, do you think he's back to where he's capable of being now physically?
No, I don't. I think with him, in the big picture, you're looking at this summer and probably the beginning of next year before he really is, all the way where he's going to get. Now that said, if you go back to October 28th in Phoenix, on opening night, and mine is just my opinion, between then and now, he's gone from 70, 75, 80%, up to 90, 95%. But that last 5 or 10% is the hardest to get back, and any great athlete will tell you that. And so, it's just again, it's a big picture thing. He's playing better and better. His rhythm is better and better, and we need him to set a physical toughness tone with our team.
How important is it to have a game where you can just play 17 minutes and still come out with a win?
Once I had to chase that ball full court, I was done for the night. That was a long rebound, and I didn't get it. I told Coach I blew both my hamstrings, so I was done after that. That's it.
Did you sense that they were a little tired coming in and really had a chance to put them away there, especially?
Well, we addressed our bad starts, but obviously we knew they were on the back-to-back. But they're a young team. They're energetic. They're athletic. So we knew we had to be ready no matter what time they got in last night. But yeah, we addressed our bad starts. We've been it's not a thing of late. It's been the entire season. We had issues with starts. We're a veteran team, and sometimes we just ease into it a little too much. Next thing you know, we're down 6 or down 8 and down 10 by the first time out. So today, the starters were a lot better, but once it's not going to cure it all. We got to keep it going and give our bench a little lead, or at least a tie game once the first timeout comes.
What do you think about what Parsons is giving you guys offensively right now, and what do you guys need from him on a consistent basis?
I mean, he's been in a great groove for really 2 months, even longer than that, whatever. It started clicking there for him in one game, started making some shots. It feels like every shot is going in now. He's in a great groove. You see the confidence in him, the shots he's taken. He's just stepping right into it. He's aggressive with it. So yeah, it's been fun to watch. And yeah, I mean, we want him to play an all-around game always. We put the ball in his hands some. We run some pick and rolls. We obviously still want him in some playmaking position because he's great. He's great around the pick and roll and getting the lane and showing and going, drawing the defense and finding open guys.
Derek, talk about the defense.
Yeah, I mean, it's Towns and Wiggins are very athletic and very good players already. So just trying to make it hard on them, trying to contest shots, try to keep them out of the lane as best we could. I thought there in the second half we gave up a couple too many shots. Offensive rebounds was an issue the entire night, but other than that, I thought we fought for each other in defense and rotated pretty well.
What'd you think of Steph last night?
Incredible. I mean, he's making shots look routine that probably most of the players, or all players, can't even make in practice consistent. That's the kind of shot he takes. I mean, he took a heat check earlier in that overtime already from the right side. It was so deep and it looked great. I mean, kid is in his range as soon as he gets over half court, and it's scary. I've never seen anything like it.
You gonna take one of those 40-footers anytime soon?
I never had that kind of range. But to him, it's effortless. He kind of just goes up from the dribble. It's all in one motion, and yeah, like I said, as soon as he crosses half court, you've got to guard him.
4 games. What kind of group is this team?
We're in a really good offensive group. The coach emphasizing obviously getting off to better starts. And us five collectively how to make a decision tonight to get us going there in the first and the third quarter. We've been struggling a bit there with our spacing and just not making shots, missing layups. So we want to keep getting the best shot possible. And we have a whole bunch of unselfish players that play the right way. And when we move the ball and space the floor like we do tonight, we're tough to guard. And the more stops we get, the more opportunities we get in transition.
You feel like your confidence is going up in your jump shot as the season's come along?
Yeah, for sure. I knew it was going to be a process to get back to this level, and play basketball for 6 months. You don't do anything for 6 months, you're going to be rusty. And going through minute restrictions and 4 minutes in and 4 minutes out was difficult. And it took time, but now I feel like we're getting closer and closer to 100% in game shape and as lean as I've ever been all season long. So just playing confidence and playing the way I should be playing.
How important is the game coming off all the time where you guys, the veterans don't have to play as much?
Yeah, games like this are hard to come by. We haven't had many of them this season, so to have a game where we can really just handle the team and not have anybody play too high and then get some rest in the fourth quarter is obviously huge for us going forward. This week with playing every other day, games like this are very important.
1 weekend now. What element did David Lee bring to the team that y'all didn't have before you had him?
Yeah, he's great. He fits right in with what we do. Another unselfish guy who can rebound and really pass the ball. He's a pass-first guy on the post. Sets unbelievable screens. He goes extremely hard. And he's had a great career, and that's a huge pickup for us going forward. Just another experienced veteran, tough guy.
What are your expectations for yourself?
Just to keep doing what I'm doing. Stay aggressive, keep being a playmaker, and keep shooting the ball with confidence and getting the right spots. And, not turn the ball over and just playing an all-around game and continue to be one of the more versatile players in the league.
Do you feel like you're playing at a level you haven't played before?
Yeah, it's close. Definitely think I'm playing the best I've ever have, and it's fun. And obviously, I've worked extremely hard to get to this point, but you got to keep it going. You can't just have a game here or there, or put 2 or 3 together. The goal now is obviously individually to keep consistently playing at this level, and as a team, we have to continue to win games. With this run, everything being so close, we have to get these games coming up, and it's not about me individually, it's about our team, but everyone's got to chip in and play their part.
Does it help at all that you have so many home games to kind of help that transition?
Yeah, I mean, keeping things consistent, keeping the routine. I mean, the biggest thing for an NBA player is to establish a routine, especially a veteran such as myself, just to get in a routine pregame and to kind of know, what I need to get accomplished and have a set time. I'm a routine guy, just as pretty much everyone in this locker room is. So once you get that routine down, then you can just focus on, like I said, having fun and playing hard on the floor. And I've already gotten in that routine now, and I kind of know when I can get my extra work in, and the staff's been great at helping me with that, and when I get treatment and things like that. So now it's just about, trying to do the best I can, executing what Coach wants me to do, and helping us get wins.
Terry said you guys would focus on trying to get off to a good start, and this was pretty good evidence of that tonight.
Yeah. Our starters did a great job tonight of getting us going, and in the first half, our bench guys let it slip a little bit. And then in the second half, when they started strong, we followed it through and finished the game off. So that's what it's going to take is the starters getting off to a good start and not digging us a hole, and the bench guys coming on and continue and picking up where they left off. And if we can do that, I think that we can be as good as anybody. It's just a matter of making that happen. All right, folks, here we are, end of the game. Dallas Mavericks versus the Minnesota Timberwolves, and final in this one, 128-101. Mavericks, first 3 quarters in this one, 99 points. They had a different rotation going on today, and looks like Carlisle committed to the small ball early on, which contributed to maybe all the points being scored here through the first 3 quarters. And Quinn, what are your takeaways, man? What did you see from the Mavericks tonight that you liked?
It was a little touch and go for a period of time because they were up big in the first half. Minnesota closed the gap, and then Dallas decided they wanted to play. We've seen too many situations where Dallas let games like this get away from them. We saw them fight back against Denver, but tonight they decided, this team is not going to make the comeback. We're going to close the door, and they basically allowed the starters to sit the fourth quarter on the bench while we saw some unfamiliar faces in the lineup most of the fourth quarter.
7 players for the Mavericks in double figures on tonight. Great performance by Chandler Parsons, second game in a row where he did show up big. And this is something that they are expecting to see from Chandler on a regular basis. If they get this type of play from him, will they be able to sustain some victories, those much-needed victories that we've been talking about during this homestand?
They should be able to. It just boils down to being able to beat the teams they're supposed to. They host Orlando next. This is a team that they lost to coming off of the All-Star break. They can't lose to teams like this again. This is a get-back game for them. They play Sacramento. They play Denver again. These next 3 games are very pivotal for them, establishing themselves and solidifying that number 6 seed in the playoffs, because after that, they have some tough games. They play Detroit, who's been playing very well of late. Detroit won are on a 4-game winning streak after the win over Toronto tonight, and it doesn't get easier after they face the Pistons. So this is definitely a situation where they have to take advantage of everything and win the games they're supposed to.
No doubt about it, man. Well, there you have it, Mavericks. Get this one in the bag. and definitely a much needed win while they are definitely being chased in that Western Conference playoff hunt by the Portland Trailblazers. So they're going to have to take care of business the best way that they know how if they want to give themselves a chance to win in the postseason or get a better matchup, if you will, in the postseason. But other than that, I'm Charles Boyd alongside my main man, Mr. Quinn Lowe, Mr. Sports Q and Nays.
Yes, sir.
I'm on the Big Game Christian Sports Network. Definitely tune in, check us out, listen to us anytime you want to. It's BGCSports.net. Quinn.
SportsQA.com.
We out of here, folks.